What's up, Geeksters? It's me, Omar from GeeksterLabs.com, and today I'm going to be doing the unboxing of the iPad Pro, and also guys, giving you guys kind of a comparison with my iPad Air 2. I know probably a lot of people don't have the iPad Air 2 anymore, but just in case you're curious, I'll do a little comparison between those two sizes. But here's the box, and let's check this out. So, well, that's interesting. That's kind of new. So this is, obviously I've had the iPad Air 2 for about, 4 years now. So this is an upgrade I've been looking forward to for a while. And there's never been really an iPad that came out that would make me want to upgrade from the iPad Air 2, because they all have been kind of the same thing over and over again, right? So this is something that's quite different. Oh, wow. That feels super thin. Huh, I like that. Okay, let's see what's inside the box first, and then we'll check out the iPad. So, obviously, as you guys know, the iPad Air no longer has a headphone jack, which is very disappointing. And so I guess I'm gonna have to get me some wireless earbuds to use with this. I mean, I have wireless earbuds, but that's kind of a bummer. I kind of wish I still had the lightning cable, because then I could still use my iPhone headphones with it too. But I'm sure eventually the iPhones are going to be using a USB Type-C also. But so here's the USB Type-C cable. I can't imagine this is going to last me very long, because none of the cables Apple ever sends last very long. So we'll pop that one out. Alright, so there's a cable, and there's the charging block. And that's pretty cut and dry. So let's check out the iPad. Okay, so let's unwrap the iPad here. Wow, this feels really nice in the hand. Look how thin that is. I kind of like how it's completely flat, so there's no like rounded edges or anything. It's completely, I mean, you can see the corner right there. It's completely flat around the edge. That's very nice. Feels solid. It's not heavy at all. Man, that camera definitely pops out. Let's see if I can get that in focus so you guys can see. Check out that camera bump right there. That thing sticks out quite a bit. So that's a little disappointing, I suppose, but I mean, I'm gonna have a case on it, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. I just realized I'm gonna have the same issue I have normally with my iPhone, is I can barely tell which way is front and which way is back, because there's no home button anymore. So that's gonna be kind of the same issue I'm gonna have it here. So obviously, this is the bottom section with the ports, and the volume button's right there. You can see where the mounting piece right there for the Apple Pencil. That's where that's gonna go, right there on the edge. Wow, so this actually does have 4 speakers on that. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I apologize, I'm trying to get everything in focus. So 2 speakers on the top, 2 speakers on the bottom. Very impressive. I'm sure that's gonna sound really good. So let's power it on. And while that's turning on, guys, I'm gonna kind of give you a size comparison just between the iPad Air 2 and this one. They're basically the same size, even though the screen, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger, but not by much. Even though the screen is it's 11-inch screen compared to I think it's the 9.5 from the iPad Air 2, but it's only that a bigger screen because the bezels are smaller. They're much smaller. I mean, you can kind of see the difference in there. On the sides, it's a little bit smaller on the sides for sure. Obviously, there's no more home button, so that makes it even bigger. So the actual form factor of the iPad, the new iPad Pro, is not much bigger than the iPad Air. So that's one thing to consider. I was kind of worried how that was gonna go, but it's definitely much thinner. So let me see if I can give you guys a comparison of the thickness. So you can kind of see the thickness right there. It's hard to see because Apple's very tricky about the way they round the edge on the bottom of the iPad Air 2, but it's definitely thinner than the iPad Air 2, and it's definitely lighter as well. This feels much lighter, even though this isn't a case, but this case barely weighs anything. But you can tell that this does feel much lighter. So I'm looking forward to testing this out, and I'm gonna be doing a bunch of reviews on new accessories and things that I get my hands on for the iPad Air 2. So keep it locked here, guys, for new videos. I'm gonna be doing all sorts of things when it comes to accessories and such. So I'm gonna get my hands on a few cases, maybe a couple accessories. I heard that you can even use USB Type-C like kind of dongles like this one right here. So I might be testing this one out to see what kind of things you can do with it. I heard you can even charge your iPhone with it with the USB Type-C connector, so that's kind of cool. Eventually I'm gonna get my hands on an Apple Pencil, and I'll test it out as well. And maybe do some testing of some like drawing apps and things like that using the pencil. But if you want to check out some of my other videos, I have 2 other clips you can click on right here. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you click on my face, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified of all my future reviews. And I'll see you guys in the next video review.